eat it right away or else it's gonna get mushy. Welcome to Cooking for Weebs. First of all, I call this channel Cooking for Weebs because 1, I love Japanese food, 2, I'm actually a massive weeb, and lastly, I'm not comfortable calling my recipes Japanese food because someone will say it's not authentic. So this is just cooking, but a weeb is doing it. As every weeb chef should, you go and train at a Japanese restaurant. I worked in 2 Japanese restaurants in Montreal, Arusan and Raku, and they're the best restaurants ever. So this recipe today comes straight from Raku. The tuna onigiri recipe is my favorite thing to make and eat at the restaurant, and today I'll be teaching you how to make it. Here are the ingredients for the onigiri recipe. First, you need a cup of sushi rice, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon of white sugar, a few pinches of salt, and for the filling, we need a can of tuna, half a small onion, a lot of mayo, and seaweed. We're gonna start with cooking the rice. So I use this medium grain Japanese sushi rice. It's very important that you use sushi rice and not stuff like Uncle Ben's or like basmati rice, whatever rice you have to use sushi rice. This is because when you're making onigiri, you want your rice to stick together. It's rice ball. Secondly, I cook my rice using a rice cooker. A lot of people cook rice using a pot. They mess up, they burn it, and that's not good. So I would recommend that you invest in a rice cooker. It all works out at the end. So let's give this a wash and cook it up. So as the rice is cooking, let's work on our filling. First, you want a small onion, and we only need half of it. When you have half your onion, make sure you dice it very, very finely, that it's almost like a puree. A quick way to cut an onion really fine is to first slice it lengthwise along its line. Shout out to Raku for teaching me how to cut onions. I spent many hours crying because I love my job. Right. So you have these nice slices, and you want to grab all of that and just cut it really fine. Oh God. Oh God. It's coming. Oh boy. Oh boy. I wish I had that mezzaluna or shokugeki. The Aldini brothers had it, and I think this would make quick work of this onion chopping. Open your tuna can halfway and pour out the juice. So in a bowl, you want to combine your can of tuna. Get in there. Can of tuna and your onion. Into your bowl, you want to add a bunch of mayo. So let's start with 2 big old globs, and you really gotta mash up the tuna and make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, that might be a little too much mayo, but why does it matter? The onigiri is merely a vessel for mayo. Okay, so when everything is a nice paste like this, you should be good, but you probably want to taste it, so let's do that. Delicious. Doesn't need anything. Let's set this aside and we'll wait for the rice. So our rice is done, and we want the rice super hot, piping fresh, in order for us to season it, because that's when it will absorb all the flavors and not become a big wet mess. To the 1 cup of cooked rice, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And you have to do this hot because it won't absorb all the liquid otherwise. We're going to add our 1 teaspoon of sugar. And a few pinches of salt, like 2. Now you really want to mix that all up real good so all the grains of rice are nicely coated. Okay, so now everything is mixed. Let's give that a taste. Just like you know. Try it again. Maybe a little more salt. So this was 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, all in. All right, now we have our seasoned rice, our filling, and we're ready to assemble, the best part. So I'm going to use this really cute onigiri shaper. You don't need to buy this. You can use a piece of plastic wrap and then kind of mold it using your hands, but using a shaper will give you the best results. And they're pretty cheap. You can go to Daiso or whatever and get it for a few bucks. Okay, so to do this, we're gonna put a hunk of rice into your onigiri shaper. And you kind of wanna just cover lightly the entire bottom of your shaper, but not too much rice because we need to put 2 more layers on top. Next, we're going to put like a tablespoon, a dollop, okay, a dollop of your filling. You can put more if you want, okay? If you like your tuna salad, put more. If you don't, put less. Now we're just gonna cover that whole affair up with rice. Have a little stick out on top, that's okay. I'm gonna use the top and compress it. That's what's really gonna hold your entire onigiri together. Okay, so not too dense. This is compressed. Now we are going to wrap it. A lot of onigiri is served in a plastic wrapped seaweed, but if you're doing this at home and you're gonna eat it right away, you don't really need that. Just make sure you eat it right away, or else your seaweed is going to get soft and mushy and hard to eat. No one. So to assemble your onigiri, you need half a sheet of nori. Put that right there, and you have your triangle. Keep the top of your triangle at the very top of your sushi, of your nori sheet. Flip it over, give it a little nudge. There, it's on. Take the bottom, pull it on top. Okay. Put it on top, fold in the sides, like so, and then fold in the bottom. And that is how you get a perfect, delicious, fresh onigiri. Now it's already wrapped. I have to eat it right away or else it's gonna get mushy. I'm gonna show you another variation of the filling, which is a spicy tuna mayo. So you have the exact same filling, and just take however much you want, dump that in a separate container, douse that with sriracha, like a teaspoon, I would say is a good amount. So you go to a Japanese restaurant, you get a spicy mayo tuna salad, a spicy mayo like roll, a spicy mayo salmon roll. It's just mayo and sriracha, and all there is, baby. Okay, now I'm gonna show you another variation you can do with your onigiri. If you don't want to eat yours right away or wrap it right away, this is what you do. So it's the same deal. So now instead of completely wrapping it in seaweed, we're gonna use a smaller strip of seaweed. You have your little landing strip of seaweed. Put that about halfway, and then wrap it up like so. Oop. Look at that. Kawaii desu. And for the final touches, that's so cute. And there you have it. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you make this at home and let me know down in the comments if you liked it, what you would change. And also, since now I'm just starting these videos, let me know if you like this kind of traditional cooking format or you want me to talk more about anime, make the anime food. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe.